Poor Proteus. One morning, Proteus was getting his brakes fixed when Hank arrived. He was being very cheeky. Proteus, he said, if your brakes are fixed, they'll make you go backwards. Pa, said Proteus. Pa, said Proteus. Who even cares? You're just a fusspot. I'm having fun with you, said Hank. Just get a sense of humour. And Hank puffed crossly away. Great, said Proteus. But just then, what he didn't know was that he wasn't finished yet, and he puffed away. Proteus, said the workman. Wait, but I'm finished, said Proteus. But he wouldn't. He stopped for a sec. Suddenly, Proteus realized something. He was going backwards. Help! Help! Said Proteus. I'm going backwards. It's because, said the workman, you've not been finished. And they were right. Proteus was so annoyed. Proteus was so annoyed by going backwards as he bit into some truck. Help! Said Proteus, and two fell in the ocean below, and one blue one smashed Cranky down below. Oh, said Cranky, ow! And the other crashed and fell down, and the stones were never seen again. And he bit a tanker, a milk tanker off the rails. Torindo just was cross. Now look what you've done, said Torindo just. Sorry, said Proteus. Proteus was going backwards, and just then he went up and down the hill, passed by Boulder Mountain, as Boulder thundered off and bashed into Proteus, and it fell off, and it fell off the ground too, and then this made Proteus go even more backwards. Just then there was Luke, Oliver, Ferdinand, and Rosie. They all saw him too. What's going on, Proteus? They said. Somebody help me, said Proteus. And what he didn't know was that the point switched him to a wrong siding, and there was Skarloey broken down, and his engine body looked faulty. He saw Proteus heading straight towards him. Help me, please, said Skarloey. But it was too late. Proteus crashed into Skarloey. Skarloey was in pieces, and he was hurt. So was Proteus as well. Sorry, said Proteus, and he was. Just then, Percy came to clean up the mess, and Proteus was back on the rails. The Fat Controller was cross with him. Proteus, he said, you was supposed to wait, he said. Now Skarloey will have to go to the Sodor Steamworks. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir, said Proteus. Before you get new brakes, I just only wanted you to be a responsible, reliable engine. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir, said Proteus sadly. And that, however, Percy took him back, and then he puffed away. See you later, Proteus, said Percy, and Percy puffed away. Proteus was mended again. At last, he let the workers mend the last parts of him. He was mended again and chucked away. Just then he said something to Hank. I'm sorry I was rude to you, he said. Friends now? And I'm sorry I was cheeky, said Hank. And the pair of them were friends. And the pair of them were friends together. Proteus knows this by now. At last, he's a really useful engine, and now he can always make everything go like clockwork. And also, he promises never to ride again at all. What if he did? What if he does? What if he does it or not? But the engines will have to wait and see. And with that, Proteus is a really useful engine and never causes trouble again at all.